Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? So a weekend ago we went to visit a family, and the grandma, because I'll call her grandma, she just clocked 80 last 2 weeks ago. She just clocked 80, and we decided to visit her and to greet her at the same time, of course, glean from her wealth of knowledge. You don't visit an elderly person like that and not ask questions on how they just made it through life. And I don't know if you've seen this video, but I would put it up here or here. Where myself and my husband, the video is titled Gist with Hobby, Lessons Learned from the Aged. So it was in that video, it was about the husband of this grandma. When my husband went for his wake keep, because he's late now, and the things they said at his wake keep about how he and his wife ran his family. So now we came back visiting this woman, his wife. We're now asking her questions on what was heard during the wake keep, and I implore you to really settle down and listen, follow through. It's going to be a very long video. I don't know if I'll be breaking it into two or just letting it go at a stretch, but please, we will learn. There is no way you would learn something from it, because things are messed up, especially about parenting these days, and we still need to go back to our old roots, because that is where the foundation is really solid. Stay tuned and enjoy the video.
Before we go further, let's first of all appreciate God for this wonderful opportunity of coming together, of being alive today, the grace of being alive in 2023. It's not by power, it's not by might, it's just by the grace of God. So we thank God for that. I also want to thank God for your life and for the initiative. I pray the Lord will continue to lead you. I congratulate you for being a good Christian family. Thank God for the children. Lord will continue to be with you, and will continue to work stronger. The Lord in Jesus' name. Now, concerning this family life, like I said when we were trying to gist, that going through the marriage counseling is a good stage, and it's a very helpful stage for those who have the grace and want to make use of it, which I presume you had enjoyed for some time. I also said that apart from the marriage counseling, there's also post-marriage counseling, and that is the stage you are now. And post-marriage counseling, well, starts from the day of marriage. Then when the family begins to expand, pregnancy period, we have touched that during counseling. But when babies come, is the actual stage that we also need extra knowledge, extra patience, extra resources, and all whatnot to make the family stand. At this stage, the couple needs to know what they are doing. Particularly in our society of today, where people don't have time for family life any longer. The society we find ourselves is also an additional problem. Because in those days, you can leave your children and go anywhere. People around you will be confident enough to assist you, and you too will be confident that your children are left in a good or safe hands. These days, it's no more like that. The one that the parents are suspicious of people around them or people who are supposed to help them. Even those who want to help too are afraid. They have one fear or the other. In those days, if your children are misbehaving, neighbors can correct. Relations can correct them. These days, nobody will do that for you because of the fear of misinterpretation. And as a result of that, children are growing under loose life, especially this at the formative stage, where they really need both insiders help and outsiders help. But so there is no more help from the outside of the family. So the family needs to know what they want to do, what they want to achieve, and how they want to raise their children. So that's another stage. Now, bearing that in mind, couples who now know that there is no help coming from any other place, at least in terms of raising children, except from God and you yourself. So we have to organize yourself. You have to work together as husband and wife. You have to understand each other. You have to plan ahead, know what you want to do, what you want to achieve, and you will be able to work together as a team. Doing that will help you to know what you are to sacrifice and what you are to look for by all means to make your family stand. That now leads us to how do we generate resources for the home. When we have children, the two of us have to go and look for money. If we go out to look for money, look for work, how do we handle our children? Who takes care of them? So husband and wife will have to sit down, look at the pros and cons of what you want to do, and then put your children at the center of whatever you want to do. In that light, if the profession of the wife or the husband is 24-hour type of job, then it means both of them will have to sit down. You know how you are going to divide the job. Whether one has to stay, one needs to stay with the children, and that's one man that has to go anywhere they ask him to go out, and come back. He knows that whatever he gets out of it is no more for him alone. It's for the whole family, the wife and the children. And that the wife who is at home, the wife who is at home, it's not that he cannot. It's not that he cannot work or he's not intelligent enough to work, but he's making sacrifice for the peace, comfort, and progress of the family. So the man who goes out to work will now know that whatever he gains from the job, it's not for him to do, but for both of you, husband and wife, and the children. So that's pertaining to job. In case both of them have access to the type of job, maybe they can look into the type of work they can do. If one is taking a job that is time consuming or 24-hour consuming, then the second one we have to look for another job that will not be totally 24-hour time job, so that you have time for the children. So that is the decision that will be taken between your husband and both husband and wife. I was in that light. I want to chip in my own personal experience when we were raising children. My husband was working with a private organization, It was initially with the UAC of Nigeria. Later on, it changed to P-Set Industry. When it was with the UAC had so many units of industries, like manufacturing industries, like distributive industries, and so on. And so it was a personnel manager. So you could be transferred to anywhere, anytime. Sometimes you may have to go and relieve somebody or stay there. I want to cite an example of when he was transferred to Kaduna. He was to go and relieve a manager who went on leave. Nursing industry. That was the company he went to in Kaduna. When they got there, instead of spending just 1 month or 2 months, gradually, he did not renew him, and he was there for about a year. So, and I was in June. I was in Lagos, he was in Kaduna. So when your partner is doing that type of job, it will not be reasonable for one to go and take a similar job. So that was why I remained in teaching permanently. So and while I was in teaching, I just made sure that in the morning my children go to work, to school, I went to work. When we come back at a particular hour, we must meet, we must come together. If we are not going in the same direction, we must come back to the gate about the same time. So it's not a question of my mommy is not at home, and children can go anywhere. So that made me to remain in teaching. And he was there for about a year before he came back. The same thing happened when they changed to he said they have branches all about, and they can. So when I went to the university, as at that time, they used to come and interview us for job, and I have determined that I am not saying that I cannot do another job, but any job I will do must be the job that will not disturb me from taking care of my children before they went to school and after they come back to school. It's not a question of my mommy has not come back or my mommy is not at home. We must be at home together. So I studied sociology, and they were looking for personnel manager here and there. That time it was, sociology was so popular, so lucrative in Lagos, in urban centers, because so many organizations were looking for people of that who have such qualification for human resource of their own company. And we have so many companies in Lagos in the early 80s, 70s. But I determined that I will not take any other job that will not make me stay with my children. If my husband, if it's an employer who asks him to go anywhere, anytime, I cannot do a job that will call for employer asking me to go somewhere any other time. So that was why I remained in teaching up till today. Wow. Glory be to God. So that's about the husband and wife program of activities. That's an example that I can give to illustrate that. Another area is the issue of when children are growing from toddler to teenage. Those are the most key trying period. I also had it in my mind that I will not allow, when my children were grown, it was very common at that time that once they get to JS1, we don't call it JS1, Form 1 in the 80s, they should go to 70s. They will send them to money house. But I made it up, made my mind up that I will not send my children to money house until they are matured. At least, if not after teenage, or the middle teenage, when they would have known, at least they eat your fright from them, they understand on their own, they can form their principles, and so they know where they are coming from. That when someone is telling them to do certain things, they will be able to tell them that in our house, we don't do this. So that was how I arrived at that conclusion in my mind, that my children will not go to the house until after secondary school age.
Around that time, did you have any friends or any community or maybe a group of people that you picked that from? That okay,
no, I told you that it was my own personal decision. Because as at that time, it was very common for middle standard, what do we call them? Middle class people to send their children to boarding house. That was very common in the 70s and 80s. They think it's the order of the day. That was the order of the day. Middle class. At least you have the money, you have the something, you can afford it. That you should send your children to boarding house. But I made up my own mind, in my own mind, that I will not allow my children to leave my family, my relief home, until they are matured enough to know what is right and what is wrong. That was how I arrived at that. I didn't look at anybody. I didn't listen to anybody. Like I told you, it was the common thing. It was the order of the day for young families of middle class age to send their children to boarding house, but I refused to do that. And thank God, when at least it is compulsory for them to leave home. At least they don't leave home in secondary school, they will go to university and I will not go with them. I'm not saying that they should not go, but what I'm saying is that this formative stage, let them be under parental supervision so that you be able to guide them, you know what they are doing. When they are taking wrong step, you will see, you will correct it. Before they fall victim into any social files or anything like that, you will be able to caution them. That is the only reason. I didn't have any other reason for not sending them to secondary school. But I don't want a situation where they will be influenced wrongly by yes, and I will not know what is going on. Another thing is that life is even better at that time. But the house we are well supervised that time. Not until this period. When, for example, my last child, in fact, I didn't want to go to the house, and I didn't want him to go either. People were saying that, why will you not make him? So we had an experience. That was 2000 or 1999 thereabouts. That must be 1999 or 98. He was in JS3. I now said that he will go for holiday coaching. The school asked them to come for holiday coaching and that they could stay in the compound. He could stay in the house during that period. So he said, I asked him, are you ready to go to boarding house now? He said, yes. The teacher says, our friend says, okay, if you want to go, go. I got everything for him and took him to the school. Incidentally, I had to travel to my hometown for one ceremony. By the time I came back in the evening, somebody was just telling me, Fola is at home. And the boy was running about. I said, why are you running about? He was running, he was afraid that he came back from the because I've already told him that are you sure? Are you sure that I said he was ready? Okay, don't run away from me. Come and tell me the reason why you don't want to stay. Maybe you said it is your own choice. It's not that anybody forced you. He now told me that, Mommy, he decided to come home because he realized that he went for the purpose of studying. And now realized that at night, they don't sleep. When she got back to the class in the morning, he will not gain anything. I said, how will you not sleep? He said, after night out, his colleagues will be going around using broom or pen to punch them, saying that, are you sleeping? Can you
all of those naughty things they do.
Naughty things they did. So I said, when they are doing that, so I said, so we will not sleep. What's the essence of going to the body house? If I will not sleep at night, the essence of going to the body house is for me to sleep at night and then focus on what they are teaching in the morning. So when we get to the class in the morning, either you are sleeping or you are weak or you are sick. Okay, I said, is that so? And I said, if you are not sleeping at night, why didn't you report to your house master? He said, there's nobody. I said, wow. Nobody? He said, yes. No teacher at all. No. Now who is looking after you? He said, the prefect.
The seniors.
The seniors.
And those are the ones that caused the trouble.
Oh. So are you sure money? No, it can't be so. The following morning, this is a true story. The following morning, I said, let's go. I went to him. When we got to the school, I said, excuse me, this GS3, anything on there? I said, they come for extra classes. And they stayed. And this is what my son was experiencing. The teacher said, Madam, don't worry, they were playing. I said, playing? Is that how to play? My child is no more staying. I brought him that day. I brought him back home. See, my son is not staying any longer in the boarding house. I will be bringing him in the morning for the extra lesson. So I made sure during that period I didn't do anything holiday job or anything go anywhere. I will take him there in the morning. I will go and take him in the afternoon. The neighborhood I said, you are spoiling this child, and they are spoiling. That is why I'm alive. I said, this is the beginning of terrorism. How can they be punching each other and there's nobody to say hi? Don't do that. That was an example of what is happening in the body house today. That's why I say it's even better in the 70s and 80s. But now I don't encourage any young parent to go and put his children in the body house. Or if you are there because you could be there as a worker, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not that I don't like boarding house, but I don't like the way the system works.
They are not being supervised.
And before you know it, these children go to be anything. When they are too independent, they can do. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't like body house. Thank God I did not like it and I did not do it till my children were matured enough to go to the university. And I said, you are now on your own. So, like I said earlier on, husband and wife need to sit together, understand each other, know what they want to do, know what they want for their children, be ready to sacrifice anything to make your children live a very good life, make them enjoy parental love. Most of the problem we have in our society today is as a result of lack of parental love. children don't have parents who show them love, who give them attention. They are not there for them. That is the truth of the matter. Not all these children that are committing crime are criminal or have criminal intention. But there was nobody there for them. They cannot share their problem with anybody. They don't have people to say, do it this way or don't do it this way. So, mothers and fathers today, they need to sit down. If you know you want children, have the children you will be able to raise in the way of the Lord. Children you will give attention until they are matured enough to stand on their own. Don't take children of today for granted. What they are looking at corrupts them fastly. This television they watch, this phone they are carrying, it corrupts them fastly. So don't just take them for granted. Monitor them in love. Don't harass them. When they are doing anything wrong, call them closer to you. Find out why they are doing that. If you know why, you will be able to know how to help them. That's an example I've told you. When I came in, my son was running away, he was running. Nobody does stay upstairs, he come downstairs, dodging it. When they say, Cabo, he was asked, what's the problem with you? And I said, Father, don't run away. Why did you come home? Why didn't you want to stay in the boarding house? Later on, it was fidgeting and said, relax. I was not the one who sent you there. You said you wanted to go. So if you don't want to go again, you must have a reason. Come and tell me. Then I told me his experience. That they didn't sleep at night. That his peers were using broom end, needle or something to prick them if you sleep at night. What's the meaning of that? That's wickedness. I told them, I didn't even know terrorism is going to come up like this. I was just telling the teacher that you said they are playing. That's the beginning of terrorism. How will they not sleep at night? And will that be right? Eventually, I told them I was good. I went in, well, by the time we got to the hostel, the boy who spent about 2 weeks or a week in the school, all the things he carried away, shoe you won't get again.
Gone.
Bucket you don't get again. Nothing.
Everything.
Within 2 weeks. Look at it.
Nothing.
So this is my little experience.
Thank you.
So the Lord will guide us. Do you have any other thing or any question?
Yes. Actually, anyways, you've really covered a lot because these are especially you mentioned that phone and television. Just as it's almost difficult to avoid some of these things because of the society that we are. But if there's anything I've picked, especially your decision not to send your children to the boarding house, even when it was the rampant thing. So it's important to stand our ground. Especially we know the result we want to see at the end of the day. So we should just take that risk and stand our ground.
People will say all sorts of, there's nothing they didn't tell me at home and your neighborhood. Hey, Mrs. Ige, you are spoiling this children. That's your own kettle of fish.
Kettle of fish.
You are not the one to take him to the school. Friday I get the money, I will take him to the school and I will not get late to my own school, to my own work. So what else? I didn't ask anybody to come and help me. I will go there myself. I will go and bring him in there. Later on, when my husband knew that I will not just wait, he now said when he has a driver, we go and pick him. So you have to be determined because especially these days, nobody buys that idea. That is why you have to be focused and stand your ground. That this is what I want to achieve, this is what I want to do. This issue of phone, you have to monitor them. And we don't allow them to carry phone. Even the so-called enlightened people that we know, they don't allow their children to hold phone in the school. It's most of these small something that are allowing children to carry food. All those schools, even in this Nigeria, some high standard, how do we call them, society, they have the facility, they don't give food to their children.
Yes, that's true. Like in the school I work in their boarding house session, they have the TV, they subscribe for them. Then the children have their laptops because of their online, they log in into the Google Classroom.
That one is different.
For phones, it is the boarding house parents that they go and make their calls.
Exactly. So, because some children don't go to class, they will just be playing with that phone, even in the class. And they are saying, don't teach them, don't do this. There must be discipline.
That was the next question I wanted to ask.
What is it? Deceive ourselves.